Good evening, everybody. Leo, welcome to your April 2022 reading, guys. This reading will be for your zodiac sign in the month of April 2022. Let's call upon our spirit guide, our angel, our ancestors, and my divine source into this reading for you, Leo. And let's see what's happening here in your situation for the month of April 2022. Okay. I am reading reversals, guys, so if any card comes in the reversed format, I'll definitely read it for you. Okay. And again, a reminder, not every reading, it's a general reading. It's not for everybody. If this is not your story, then please do not force yourself into this reading, okay? But if it is, then please take the guidance and see what you can do about your own situation here, okay? Okay. The bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands in the reverse. So some of you have problems at home. Some of you have problems with your asset, that's physical assets, right? Some of you are having trouble with home renovations for some. It can be anything for anybody. Some of you have some plans that you had initiated in your place of residence that had to be cancelled or has been cancelled, right? Money wise, guys, it looks a little bit tough for you at this point in time as well. So, but what is happening, guys, is that, let me put it like that, right? There is a tight situation as far as your money or monetary situation or financial situation is concerned in the month of April 2022, right? Some of you have options about changing the situations, realigning yourself with different options in life. But what is happening is that you're being tempted to take a lot in your life or to bring back a lot in your life, but there is a lot of indecisiveness and a lot of diversion, towards overspending, towards greed, towards a monetary part of the situation. You're dissatisfied monetarily. Like I said, you're dissatisfied monetarily at this point, right? But at the same time, you do have a lot of temptation in your life that you would like to indulge in for yourself, right? Yeah, so you're feeling a little bit, the word is smug, right? You're feeling very low about this whole situation. Like You want a lot, you're tempted to do a lot, whether that's material happiness, emotional happiness, whatever that situation it could be for some. For some, it could be some kind of substance abuse that you are being, you're working with or you want in your life. It can be anything for anybody. Don't take it personally. Take it in the way it resonates with you, because I'm just doing a general read here, right? But the thing is that, that also calls for some kind of overindulgence in your part of the story, which is where um, you're feeling a little bit hopeless at this point, because of what I feel. It's more because of monetary situation at this point, which you're feeling is a little bit tight in your case at this point, or in the month of April. So yeah, so you're kind of giving up hope. For some, I'm even getting that. You're kind of feeling hopeless about the whole situation, that you'll not be able to rectify the situation, um, because, right, the Empress and the reverse, that there is a block to what you want in your life. Again, a lot of greed from people around you, you know but something that you have gone through or you're going through, and you know that you cannot do much about the whole situation. It has run its course, kind of a situation in your life, Leo, in the month of April 2022, right? So there is a little bit of an issue here. Now, with the Death card, the Six of Swords, and the Star in the reverse, you want to change things. You want to liberate yourself, or you want to liberate yourself from a situation where you're feeling tight about the whole story here, right? Some of you want to go on a long vacation. Some of you want to travel overseas. Um, some of you want to bring back harmony, that can help you to restore back your peace and serenity in life. But what's happening in the month of April, guys, that tells me that you have a lot of pride in you, Leo. And you're being quite private about your situation. At the same time, with the Star in the reverse, there is a lot of despair in you. At the same time, disappointment in you, because you're not being able to do what you want to do at this point. Like I told you, you want to change situations, you want happiness in your life, you want to bring back goodness in your life, whatever that you want to do, right? But again, that story is here where you're feeling a little bit tight over the whole situation, and that is kind of creating a sense of despair within you in the month of April 2022, guys. So yeah, it's like it's becoming difficult for you to find complete peace in yourself, right? You're always scared about losing something in your life. You're scared about people taking advantage of your situation, taking away your stuff, going through a period of loss or theft or whatever that situation in your life could be. So some of you could be a little bit paranoid. You're trying to guard your situation, you're trying to guard your stuff at this moment in the month of April. You're trying to keep you're kind of micromanaging the whole situation. For some of you, you're trying to keep things in the rightful place under your watchful eyes, for some of you. But at the same time, doing all that, it's not really bringing you back any happiness in the month of April. You're feeling very disappointed with your own situation, and there is a bit of despair that is also showing up along with that story. Please talk to me about the death. So you just want to, you want to change your mind. You want to feel happy about yourself, your situation. You want some peace. But eventually the situation is not really working in your favor in the month of April, but we'll clarify. We'll see what's going on here for you. Okay, let's talk to me about the Death card. Yeah, trust. Please talk to me about the Six of Swords. There could be an issue with trust. You're not trusting somebody. You have lost your trust on somebody, or somebody has lost their trust on you. It can be anything for anybody, right? But there is an issue that concerns your trust, and trust is a big factor. If you lose your trust over a situation, it becomes difficult for you to gain it back, right? Yeah, adventure. Yeah, please talk to me about the Star in the reverse. You want to take off. You want to literally go out of this situation. You want to bring back peace in your life, but maybe you're not trusting yourself that you'll be able to do that. For some of you, I'm even getting that, right? Then that's where the mind change needs to happen. That's where death is showing up, that you have to trust back your own self-esteem. For some of you, I'm even getting that, right? Yeah, clinging to the past. Yeah. A lot of you guys, this is where the disappointment, like, the situation is what you had earlier on. Some of you could have had a good job, some of you had a good home, some of you could had good money, right? Something about the past that you are still hanging on to some memories, you're hanging on to some nostalgia, or with your family, with your kids, with your spouse, with your friends. It can be anything for anybody, right? Where you had maybe a very good lifestyle, you had a lot of money, you enjoyed a lot of luxury in your life, um, and that's not allowing you to move forward. That's exactly the point where you're stopping yourself, because every time, and that's where you need to trust back that, things are going to get back for you. Things will be better for you. Give me a moment, guys. Let me just get this, show you the cards. Yeah. So this is where the situation is, that you want to, you want to go on an adventure, you want to go on a trip. For some of you, and you want to move away from all the disturbance in your life. But again, you have to change your belief system. That's what I'm getting, guys. The transformation for people, it's not very easy. It's very, very difficult. It's more difficult than you can imagine to change your mindset and trust your own self, or trust the fact that universe is there to help you, right? Keep your faith intact. And it's a very difficult thing for people to do when they are not in that state of mind, right? And this is where Spirit is saying that the reason you're feeling more disappointed about your own situation in life, where you probably, like I said, you had a lot before. You could have had a lot of pride in yourself with what you had before with you, but now you're feeling that luxury kind of a situation is ending, and but you're still kind of holding on to some kind of arrogance in your life over your past situation that you're not really letting go in this month, right? And that is kind of stopping you from changing yourself or your ideas about what you can really do if you want to do it, basically. And then you come to the Five of Wands and the Emperor. There is a lot of drama around you at this point. A lot of bickering, a lot of fighting. People are irritated. You are irritated. There could be group conflicts. There could be people in your home or in your office space who have different priorities than you do in life, right? So there is a lot of this back and forth, bickering, like what you want, the others are not agreeing, what others want, you are not agreeing. There is a lot of personality clash within your circle or within your life at this point in time. Please talk to me about the Five of Wands. It's not something that is creating an outburst or a lot of anger. It's not that, but it's just personality clashes between people that you have. That's what I said, like what you want, others are not agreeing with you. What others want, you are not agreeing. So there is a lot of opposition that you are facing in the month of April, right? Ripeness. Yeah, where there is, you're investing a lot of time in this situation or trying to resolve the conflict. I'm trying to get that as well. Because with the emperor, you're trying to be the boss. You're trying to take control of this situation and you're investing a lot of time trying to resolve this situation in order to bring back some kind of peace and harmony within your close circle of people is what I'm getting, right? Some of you could be doing a lot of self control. You're not, it's like you're holding back yourself from doing something more. But because some of you guys, like I said, could have a family, you'll have people around you, so you just cannot make a quick judgment call over this situation, maybe. Please talk to me about the emperor. You're trying to be very logical, trying to be very protective about the whole situation here. Please try to talk to me about the emperor here. You're trying to be very logical, trying to explain things. Yeah, transformation, right? Yeah, you're trying to be very logical about the whole situation. But at the same time, you're trying to protect those around you, is also what I'm getting. But there is some change. This is the change. This transformation is the change that you have to trust that you can actually do what you want to do, right? Please talk to me about the transformation. So you can boss up, don't get cowed down, don't get scared about the whole situation. Trust yourself, trust that uh, you can bring back that self control in your own self. You can be a power of authority. You can be very logical if you want to around this portion in time. Postponement, right? But there is something that is being delayed at this point. So as you are changing yourself, let's see here. Please talk to me about the postponement. There is some situation in your life that you are waiting for, Leo, but it's taking you time to reach there or to get there, as what I'm getting. Yeah, guilt. Yeah. Some of you probably are trying to take back your power, take back your control over a situation here that I told you that you have invested a lot of time in trying to resolve conflict, trying to protect those around you, trying to act like a boss or a father figure, right? It also could be in a professional part of the story where your employees are giving you a hard time for some of you, right? And you are the owner, you are the boss. So it's very important for you to keep your control, to keep your self control within yourself. Be very practical about your decisions in life now, right? And this is where the transformation is happening. But at the same time, you are not doing anything drastic, or you will not be doing anything drastic as such in the month of April. It's there is where you're postponing because there is some kind of a guilt. It's like the Eight of Sword energy, right? It's like you have to first free yourself from this past situation, guys. This is where you're clinging on to. And you're feeling very guilty about doing something in your life that you really want to do, or you really want to go there. So you're kind of pushing this situation away. You're not really taking an action on this situation here in the month of April. because there is a lot of guilt over a situation that either somebody is bringing forward to you, or you are watching what will, or you're like looking at the situation and you know that if you try to do something drastic, what will happen here is there will be a lot of guilt and toxicity from somebody in your life that will come pouring back to you, or will be poured back to you, right? So so that's making it difficult for you to move, because there is something from the past that you are still clinging on to. Please talk to me about the guilt. And maybe because you are guilty of something, that's where you're not moving at this point, even though you want to. You are probably, doing a lot of self control in yourself in the month of April 2022. You're not taking the high road in the month of April. Yeah, slowing down. That's what Spirit is saying. Whatever you have been guilty about, guys, whatever has been your problem, right? With people where you have invested over a lot of situation trying to bring back peace in your life with them, or their life with you, you need to slow down that energy, and try to think logically now. That's what they're saying. Because if you can get caught up in that same guilt that they are trying to pour across the board to you, then it'll be difficult for you to move. That's where you have been postponing the whole situation, because you're not finding the gateway to move past the guilt. So every time you have tried to do something, or you're trying to do something, it's all getting delayed because of the situation. It's like, for example, I want to buy a new house, I want to renovate my place, or whatever that situation could be with regards to your own stability, and somebody is like, no, I don't want to. And they're coming out with a lot of stories about what has happened over there, or why do you need to do certain things you don't need to do, and they could be pouring you with a lot of guilt stories, and that guilt is getting back to you. You are absorbing that energy, right? You're absorbing that energy, and because you're absorbing that energy, guys, you're pushing things away, you're not taking action, because you're getting caught up in that same toxic and guilt energy, right? Which is where Spirit is saying you need to stop thinking about this. Slow down. You need to stop thinking that you are guilty, or somebody is trying to make you guilty, or somebody is acting in such a way that you have not been able to move, because you feel that every time you move, that person will be hurt, or that situation will be hurt, and you're feeling very guilty about that whole situation. How can you leave somebody when somebody is dependent or codependent on you, for some of you, right? So, whatever that guilt trip has been in your life, Leo, this is the time in the month of April, they are asking you to slowly stop thinking about that situation, to slow down that energy. Whenever that energy comes up, you kind of push it away, slow it down. Don't get into that energy. Don't absorb that situation. Don't absorb those stories. Try to hold yourself back from that story. Do that self control. Don't get into that full situation and absorb the whole toxicity in yourself. That's what they are telling you here, right? And with the Four of Swords, and this is where you need to give yourself enough time, right? You have to understand yourself better. You have to deal with your own understanding. You have to deal with what you want in life. For some, by the end of April, you would want to take a break, because you want to recover from all this fight and bickering and all that stories that you have been facing in the month of April, and as you slow down that energy, as you don't absorb that energy, as you push away that guilt from your life, that's when you will be able to recover. Please talk to me about the Four of Swords. That's when you will be able to recover, you will be able to rest, you will be able to get back your own energy. Yeah, we are the world, right? It's like breaking away from people, not interacting with people, where you have been caught in a bubble and you want to complete that chapter in your life. You want the whole story to end, because there are a lot of people in this month of April that you just don't want to interact with anymore. Just taking a break by the end of the month. Morality, where some of you had been caught in the trap of thinking that you can't break anything, you cannot do anything, you cannot move out of a situation because you are morally tied up, right? But this is where you have to master yourself. You have to understand what is important for you, Leo. How do you work with this? Is sticking with your morality and facing the guilt or facing the fight important to you? Or do you want to break that circle of morality with people that you're holding within yourself and free yourself from all that painful situation in your life and take time out? And take time out for yourself, right? So the decision will be yours. The choice will be yours. The decision will be yours. But what you want to do with that decision will be completely up to your understanding here in the month of April 2022. Right? So take time out, guys, and think about it. By the end of April, you will be able to figure out what is important for you. What do you want? Right? Because if you are holding on to a situation that is creating a lot of imbalance, disharmony in your own life, then it's very, very difficult for you to continue with that situation for too long. So, somewhere you have been morally committed with people in your life who are around you, and you're caught up in that bubble of those people, and you feel it's your moral obligation to be with them, to work with them, to be a part of their life, to be a part of their story. But that's where you have to master your own conscious programming and take time out to figure out things better in your life by the end of the month of April 2022. Enjoy this reading, guys. Until I see you once again, till then, goodbye, God bless, Khuda Hafiz, and Namaste.